If you're struggling with running totals in Tableau Desktop, let me show you how to do it once and for all. So we need a few elements for this to happen. By the way, the dataset for this is in the description below. We're always going to start with a measure. And for now, we're going to start with sales. And I'm going to bring that in as a column. Okay, so we're going to have a nice column value here of roughly 2.3 million. And now we need something along the x-axis, along the horizontal, to break this up. So I'm going to use order date, and I'm just going to bring that in normally. And as you can see up here, this is a discrete year of this order date. So we're seeing it as discrete points by year. Now, the part that people get confused with is even if they know how quick table calculations work and they apply it, Tableau will just animate something and they'll say, I have no idea what it just did. So here's what you do as a professional, if you're a working professional, how you can self-check or validate what you're doing. Firstly, let's switch this to a bar chart, just here in the marks card. Then we want to add some labels here. So I'm going to use this button up here, as you can see, and that's just going to add those numerical values for me. And the reason we're doing that is so we can add these values from the running total, and we can actually verify that it's doing it correctly. The next thing we want to do is add another set of sales here. We're only going to keep one of these at the end, but we're going to use it for the check. So you can see they're exactly the same. Now, to apply a running total to a set of bar charts here, or column charts really, you click on the measure, okay, right click. We're going to go down here to quick table calculations, and you can see running total is in here. So you do not need to write a formula. It's not like Microsoft Excel where you have to write, formulas in there and then drag the table. It's built into Tableau. This is the beauty of it. So if I click running total, you can see this bottom one has changed. And if I'm new to Tableau and I didn't see that, all I would see is that this changed, and now I go, how did it do it? So here's where we can verify. If I just zoom in here, hopefully I can get both numbers, probably not. This first one is 485,000, let's just say, and the next one is 470. So you add them up, they're roughly just over 900,000. So this next value I see is just over 900,000. So I know that these two are actually adding correctly. If I take this 900,000, add it to this one, which is how running total works, I should get roughly, or really exactly, this value. So 950,000 plus 600,000, that's about 1.5 million. So we know it's doing it correctly. Once we've done our sense check, we can get rid of this one simply by removing this sum of sales. Just drag it out here. And we now have our running total. Now, this is the most basic way of a running total. However, there are other structures of a visualization where the running total, we want it to behave a little bit differently. So let's do another example. I'm going to start the same way. So let's bring in sum of sales, like so. And we're going to bring in the order date once again. Okay, I'm going to switch it to a bar. I'm going to add those labels. Again, just using this button up here. The difference here is we're going to expand it from just year. So I'm going to use something called a hierarchy. Now with dates in Tableau, they are naturally hierarchies: year, month, day, hour, minute, seconds, and so on. And you'll see this little plus symbol available. When you click that, it's going to expand it to the next granularity in that hierarchy, which is quarters, right? And then months, and then weeks, and then days, and so on and so forth. So what it's actually done is created the bar charts across the years, but split by quarters as well. We're going to bring sales into rows again, like so, and then we're going to apply the running total. And if I right click this, quick table, running total, the way Tableau behaves is it applies running total across the whole data set, what we call the whole table. This is the whole table. These individual sections are called panes. So if we want it to be a running total per year, we need to make that modification. So we click on this one, we go compute using, and instead of table across, we're going to go pane across. And what that's going to do is it's only going to do a running total in its own section and then reset when it gets to the next section. Okay, so that is the basic idea of running total for a simple set of column charts. I go into this in extreme detail on my website. So if you really want to get really deep understanding on this, I cover every single quick table method. I cover all the ways you can modify them and tweak them, the different directions, different visualizations. I cover all that on the website. So that is in the description below. Feel free to check that out. Until next time, hope this solved your problem, and I'll see you next time.